Hey everyone, this is OneFunded, a prop firm made for traders that you can trust. This is our first ever YouTube video, and today we have Roland as our guest. Hi Roland, how are you doing?
Hey Rod, I'm fine. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm looking forward to film this podcast with you, since this is first ever podcast on our YouTube channel, and you're also the first trader to receive a payout with us. So we really honor this, and we would like to know how the whole challenge and the process of passing the challenge has gone for you, your feedback. So we'll start with the first question. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and your background.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm Roland. I'm based in Hamburg, Germany. And my profession is so I'm an industrial engineer. So trading is just
Oh,
a very extensive hobby of myself. In my other life, I'm running a startup as a CEO. But today, I think we're going to
oh.
talk about trading purely. I hope.
You can tell me about the company if you'd like to, just in a couple words.
Yeah, just maybe a
It's
couple of
very
words.
interesting that you have two jobs on the side.
It's a startup. It's founded 4 years ago, and there we have
Oh,
developed a new kind of thermal insulation. So also the
mm.
insulation we have in houses or containers or whatever. And this is basically just to keep it very short because otherwise it's going to be too technical. But it's basically like a thermos flask, but only in flat. So this is our invention. Yes.
That's amazing, Roland. You have so much work, and but then you still manage to trade on the side and get the payouts, pass the challenges. Impressive work. How did you get to start trading? What has made you to to do this decision?
Started trading is really already a couple of years ago when I had my first experience, and this was basically initiated by a colleague who was trading futures,
Mm,
and then I got really a little bit excited about what he was telling and so on. And then I've just opened a demo account with a broker and started
yeah.
trading on this account. But I really didn't really understood what I was doing. But I remember that I reopened the app a couple of days later, and then I thought that I've doubled my account. And then I thought, oh, that
Oh,
might be something which might work. But this was
yeah.
just a lucky shot. If it would have been the other
Oh,
way around, I think we wouldn't be here now. Yeah.
oh, that's very interesting. But how did you? Sorry, how did you learn about trading? Did you have any mentors? What was your learning curve? Because you said you've done it for 2 years. Usually, in the trading industry, it takes more than that, like 3, 4, sometimes even 5 years for people to become profitable, be
Yeah.
consistent in trading. How did you manage to achieve that?
Yeah. The 2 years is really purely related to the strategy I'm trading right now. And that took me around about 2 years to really only trade manual trades because before that, I also tried manual trading with systems you can buy for $97 was the price these days. But they all didn't work for me. So I lost a lot of money, and then I started on MetaTrader 4 with automated robots, these expert advisors. And there
Yeah.
I did also a lot of testing and analysis, etc., etc. And then I had a very profitable setup, which yeah made my account grow very fast. But then I took out the money and continued another way, which was also okay. But the real trading, then now 2 years ago, I decided that I want to learn and understood really the mechanics behind all these charts. Why is the curve going up or
Yeah.
down, or the chart is going up or down? And this is really where my learning started. And this is now 2 or 3 years ago.
So just to make it clear, are you just using EAs, expert advisors, to trade, or is it all like doing it by hand, as you
No,
said,
with the
manual
expert
trading?
advisors, this is years ago. Right now, I'm only using only manual trades. So I decide as
Okay.
Roland, I'm going to enter this trade or I'm going to close this trade.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think that's the most common approach nowadays as well. Even though with the AI, the yeah, expert advisors and the bots trading is getting very popular nowadays. What do you think was the turning point for you? Because obviously you started 2 years ago and you weren't profitable at the start, and you said you didn't really know what was going on, right? What was the turning point that made you a profitable trader and consistent? Do you know anything that could have
Yeah,
helped that?
yeah. That might be a little bit simple, but my turning point was that I should not take any losses personally because this the most
That's right.
strategies they work, but or the traders can't turn it into a profitable one because of human nature. Because you start to get greedy, you
Yeah,
don't stick to your rules, or maybe you don't have even any rules. And these are the fundamentals. First of all, you need to build and you have to trust your system. You need to have a rule book and you have to stick at this rule book. Also today, sometimes I don't stick to my rule book and then I'm ending up in a big drawdown. So, and you
yeah,
have to control your emotions and always think twice before you enter a trade. And this is now easily
uh,
said, but it's the most difficult task to complete is really to manage your emotions and to get your mindset right in order to
yeah.
be prepared to make money in the market.
Wow, thank you very much for your advice. I certainly agree with that. What would you say then were the biggest mistakes or maybe bad habits that you were doing in trading that pushed you away from becoming consistent? Which ones do you think were the biggest ones?
Being impatient is my biggest mistake and or costly mistake that I am entering
Yeah,
a trade too early and not waiting for a signal. So my first rule is no signal, no trade.
correct. How do you do that? How do you know there's a signal? Do you look by charts or did you implement something that sends you a signal and then you act?
Both. So first of all, I'm yeah checking the charts. So what's the daily bias? So I'm only trying to trade with a trend. I think that's quite simple.
Yeah,
And then thanks to AI capabilities, I was able because I myself I'm not a programmer, but some AI tools assisted me in creating some yeah, rather simple scripts.
oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I'd like to ask you about your prop firm journey as well. How did you discover prop firms, and what has made you choose OneFunded?
Um, I wanted to have a platform which is very similar to TradingView, and then
Yeah,
I came across TradeLocker, and I think it's on the TradeLocker homepage, and there you have a list of prop firms, and there I checked the conditions, and to be honest, I didn't know about OneFunded before, but I did a little research that okay,
yeah,
it's a new company, of course risky, but the conditions were very favorable. And then I said, okay, let's give it a try. And up to now, I'm
yeah,
more than happy that I found you.
yeah. Thank you very much. We are sort of a new company, so we really want to show traders that they can trust us because we really provide, I think, one of the best conditions there for traders. Um, can I ask you how many payouts did you manage to secure by this time with OneFunded, and what was the size of them?
Up to now, I've received two payouts, and they were both 5 digits.
Wow, that's great. Very impressive, Roland.
No, no, five.
I
Sorry,
hope your journey
4 digits. Four
continues.
digits. Sorry, but better in accounting.
Oh.
It's 4 digits.
What was
So
the feeling when
round
you
about five.
received your first payout?
Yeah. Well, so say it
Oh,
again,
by the
please.
way, was the first payout with us, like your first ever payout, or you did it with somebody else?
No, it was actually with you. Because I'm also new to
Oh,
the world of prop firms. I did some, but never paid for it. Just some demo challenges, and also a very famous prop firm. I think everybody came across about that one. And also it worked fine, but I'm not sure why I didn't open an account with them.
yeah, that makes
I
sense.
think it
And
was a
what was
platform.
that feeling? Do you remember your first feeling? when you received the first payout?
Yeah, first, also will be honest. It's always a trust issue because you don't know anybody behind the company. You just have a homepage and you see founded 2023 or 2024, so quite young, and you don't know if this is a really a solid company, or if it's just not a scam, but just trying to rip you off or not doing the payouts or trying to hold back the payouts. And up to now, I just had a very good experience. So absolutely good.
Yeah, certainly we're not one of them companies that would try to make you lose or anything. We want to get across to people that people can trust us because they want to build a strong community of really good traders.
Hmm.
Um, so thank you very much for explaining your background. It was very interesting to know how you've come from working a normal job to becoming a consistent trader, getting payouts with us. And it was a very pleasant surprise to know that we are actually the first company that you've ever received a payout. This makes you a really loyal customer. Thank you very much. We would
Thank you.
like to move to the second part of
Hmm.
this interview. And can I ask you if you could share your screen and show us the trading view charts so that we can
Yep. Yeah.
get to
Yeah.
know more about your strategy? Thank you.
Certainly. So I'm just. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Thank you, Roland.
Perfect.
Could you please share us with your trading strategy? Maybe provide us a little bit of guidance how you trade.
All right. All right. So we are here now on the gold chart. Right now it's 1 hour time frame, but I will just change it to 15 minutes because that's basically the time frame I'm using most. And I'm not using that much indicators. They are more price and support and resistance levels. And the main one I'm actually using is that one, where you have this breakout buy above, etc. And these
The
are
indicator.
yeah, it's these are price levels, and these are the so-called Camarilla price levels. And
Mm-hmm.
this strategy is around for I don't know decades, so there's nothing fancy new. And how I use them is that I mainly look at the breakout levels. So and there I have basically two options. One option is breakout is confirmed, and then it's very likely that the price will hit the target two. And you can already see that
Right.
these are not very big price movements I'm looking for. I'm just always try to pick out just in a very tiny bit of the entire move. And the trade example of today was this morning. I noticed that the price is really trying to push above these. I think it's very hard for you guys to see now, but there's a very thin blue line, which is a liquidity
Yeah.
level. And when
Yeah.
these levels are tested a lot of times, and then this script is giving me stars. These stars can be red or can be green, but it indicates that there is an abnormal value. So, and this red star is saying, okay, they were trying to hit some stops. And then I think, okay, now might be a good time to enter a long trade. So this morning I was entering here this trade. I did not took that entire move, but I took the first trade around here. Now I think even this morning, yeah, before 9 o'clock it was, and just took 500 ticks up to here. Then I closed and checked what is the price doing, and I thought, okay, because then we are here on this buy above level, which is also critical. Usually I don't
Yeah.
use that one as really now buy, but this level acts as a support or resistance level. And but it managed to
Right.
go through, and then I thought, okay, now it's going to test as a breakout, and that also worked. And then I had one bad trade today, but was just a small loss, where I thought, okay, breakout confirmed. This was this impatience. I should have just waited, because a lot of times when it passes a breakout, it just skyrockets to the target two, and I didn't want to miss it. But therefore, I also had a
Yeah.
very quick stop.
Yeah.
And the
Lost
other way,
happen. It's
yeah,
yeah.
it's part of the game, and I know how losses
Yeah.
feel. Um, and the other way is when the breakout does not succeed, it's very, very likely that it goes at least back to the sell level. And also that happened. And also here I took 2 or 3 trades
Yeah.
today, and that was nice. And now I was checking because this is a modified RSI, and when you see here in the history, when it's in this extremes levels, you have to check. Okay, is it now a good point to enter a trade? And also what I mentioned before at the beginning, I always try to trade with a trend, and I know gold is a 100% uptrend. But when I
Yeah.
see such a chance, I take the risk and also go short. But I know that these are very, very high risk trades because this might be fake moves just to catch traders to get into such a trade, and then it goes the
Yeah.
other way. So this is not recommended.
That makes sense. And what about you? You've drawn these red lines, and then like on the right hand side, you told me those are the key levels. So now that you look at the chart, what would you want to see for price in order for you to enter a trade? Like maybe it's a bullish or bearish trade. What would need to happen?
So yeah, what I mentioned. So right now, I think so. Also, sometimes I'm use these order levels to see where the biggest orders are, but I know just from looking at the chart that it's round about 3860 because here's a lot of candles just in that area. So here the bulls and bears they are fighting. So and it's very likely that the price is going to retest that area because the price was just going through that level without any reaction basically.
Yeah.
And then I have the white lines are also indicating very strong resistance or support. And here we have 2 at the same level, which is now around about 3855, 3850. And you can also see here that the market has tested this level a couple of times, but was always rejected. And when the price is going to move above that one and move above, retest, and then move up again, that would, for me, a very good buy trade.
Okay. Okay, makes sense. Thank you very much. And do you only trade gold, or do you use any other instruments as well?
Yeah, I started with gold and I will also continue with gold because before I started now this manual trading, I was trading basically mainly currencies. But when I
Forex.
started with OneFunded, I was trading gold in the German DAX. But with the DAX, I did not
Yeah.
have that much success. It was very, very hard to trade for me at least.
Yeah.
And right now I'm focusing on gold again because last week I had some drawdowns because I thought, okay, it's going good. Let's also trade silver and trade Nasdaq and S&P 500 and whatever. And it didn't work out well. So this was not good. So right now I'm
Yeah.
focusing really on gold and also S&P 500.
Makes sense. Quite many traders only trade gold or just stick to indices, which is fair enough. If it works for them, and they make money, who am I to blame them, right? There's no secret strategy that whether you should trade this asset or that asset in order to succeed. It's completely
Yeah,
free. That's what I like about trading. You can freestyle as much as you want, as long as you make money. You're on the right side.
absolutely, absolutely. And also when you have
And
too many, oh, sorry.
oh yeah, go on, go on. Sorry.
You know, it's also my experience when you have too many tabs open with too many different pairs, you also might get confused, or then you're just doing it just to over trading. And my aim is to do from 1 up to 6, 7 trades per day, but that's it. And when you have two
Yeah.
instruments to trade, it's easy to it's good achievable.
That makes sense. What about the take profit and stop loss criteria? How do you place them? Do you just place them at the end of the range, or do you have specific rules for that?
Yeah, both. So first of all, I always stick to the 2% rule, but this is the absolutely, absolutely, absolutely maximum. because there's one thing to be considered. Because also I was OneFunded in a 100K account. But
So 2% rule for stop loss or take profit?
yes, no, for stop loss.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But it's very important. What is the basis for this 2%? Do you take the 200 or the 100K, or do you take just the maximum drawdown of 10% and take then the 2%? And but the 2%, it's absolutely crucial. But what I do is, when I now would go for a trade, I would try to put the stop somewhere around here, around this level.
Okay,
Because
so end of the range, yeah. That's
yeah,
very safe.
yes. Because with two tight
That makes
stops
sense.
lost, it's 99% you get stopped out.
Okay. Thank you very much. I really like your strategy. It's very comprehensive, I'd say. You basically use the indicators to show you where to enter, which key levels you're paying attention to, and then you also, as I understand, you draw the resistance and support areas yourself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it seems like very good working strategy. It's not piled up with too much information, but as I see, it works for you. And can you please touch on again about the RSI? So you just waiting for price to hit either the extremums of RSI, so either 70 or the 30 levels, and then you see if all the other criteria is met, you just hit the buy button, right?
Exactly. Yeah, then I move over
Yeah.
to trade locker and enter the trade. Correct.
What about the trade locker? Do you like the platform?
Usually, yes. Today, not, because today it had a lot of bugs, so it was not displaying the trades.
Yeah.
And then I was hitting the open trade button too often, and then I had the 3 trades open instead of one. So this is high risk, which was
Yeah.
not so good. But usually, it's a reliable platform.
Okay. Thank you very much for your feedback, Roland. I really appreciate it. So we're coming up to the end of our interview, and I just wanted to ask you a couple final questions. So what do you see yourself in terms of trading in the next 6 or 12 months? What are your goals?
Yeah, my goal is at least to stay in the game, not to hit the drawdown
Yeah.
threshold, but and to be consistent. And so right now since I think 2.5 or 3 months, I'm funded with you guys, but I want to increase my payout rate.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. That's a very good goal. I think everyone wants to just make more money. But I
Yeah.
like the fact that you're very positive about the staying consistent, because consistency is key. Some people, they hit a couple payouts, they get funded, but then they get too greedy or they feel too full of themselves, and that's when they start going down instead of going up. And so all the progress they're sort of losing, and
Yeah.
you don't want to hit that stage. And what are the would you have an advice for traders that haven't got funded yet or haven't got a payout? Would you have some advice for them? Um,
Yeah, trade small. Don't over leverage. So when you think I take 1%, no, take at least half of it away, and because it's not important to make the big gains in the first couple of days or weeks. It can take months. It's fine. But when the strategy works, it works, and then you can increase the lot size. But really to take too big risks on one trade, that's the best way to failure.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's very useful, Roland. Again, I'd like to say a huge thank you for joining this call. You're the first customer, the first person who got the payout, and overall, you achieved a very huge success, working a job on the side and then also trading, making a really good trades. Thank you for sharing your strategy with us. I hope that you achieve much more success with OneFunded. And for everyone else watching this, I'd like to say thank you for being with OneFunded. I hope you get to try all our services, and hopefully you'll be the next one who'll be in this interview. Bye to everyone.
Super.